Yeah, let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to be a star. Yeah, pull up with a baddie in a fancy car. How to party.
CA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Green Bay Packers and the Cleveland Browns. Cade York set to do the honors here, and we are underway from Cleveland. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, this defense for the Browns, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Schilling. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
The first down run with Chubb is going to go nowhere. He's, in fact, going to lose a couple.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now a throw here to his running back, and the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. The Browns had 8-3 now. And they've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On first down, it's Watson. Buying time to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Throwing on third down, Watson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Chubb running right. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Let's go, defense. Switch.
Faking the give. Now Watson rolling to his right. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Back to throw, Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, we know he can run the football, too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the...
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with career touchdown number 128. He's now tied with Marvin Harrison for number 9 on the all-time list. And the Browns use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, and lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
On 1st and 10, Schilling. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. Up the middle, Jones. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Going to throw right side here, complete. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Here's Tucker McCann now for the PAT. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Watson, off play action. Flushed out right. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. But, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the 1st down. 7-7, our score after 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake. Schilling. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now they'll toss to Jones running left. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. With that last effort, he has reached now 10,000 career rushing yards. Congratulations.
Big-time congratulations. That also means that his publicist can make sure all the information gets to every voter out there who has a say in the Hall of Fame. Fashioning together a heck of a resume.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Schilling. 20-yard touchdown. And the Packers have taken the lead. McCann for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. McCann's got it teed up. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. Wait a second. They declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how anytime you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And it's now 21-7. McCann's got it teed up. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And this is incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field, and it took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Hey, 40's Mike right there. 40-54.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Packers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Throwing to start the drive. Schilling. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. On second down, it's Jones. And he's got some space here. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 112 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. That's Tunyon bringing in the quick throw. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. And inside give to Jones. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up 1st and goal. Jones is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
To throw on 2nd down, Schilling. And this time he is in. Yes. Aaron Jones with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Packers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. McCann's got it teed up. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Watson to Njoku there for the Cleveland first. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Dancing to his left. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a 1st down himself.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
On 2nd and 10, Watson being chased out left. And now Watson throws another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
2nd down, another shot for Jones. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Here's Jones again on second down. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Looking to throw. Schilling. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn. Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Back to throw. Schilling. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with great starting field position and 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A big play there just before halftime. 52 yards. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, as the first half is winding down. And the Browns are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by York is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From the 27, Watson. And my goodness, another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And into the end zone, it's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful. Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
And even 150 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
2nd down, another shot for Jones.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game, and all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away. and they're not doing it.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Watson looks to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to have it here just past the 25. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They'll give to Jones. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. They have not seen that much today. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Cleveland offense ready to go. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 26 big yards on that one, and it's another first down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Second and 5 now. Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Watson now to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The
move the chains on 4th down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Schilling. He'll find Lindsey here. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and 2, Schilling. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Browns' drive about to get started. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. High throw, but the catch is made. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A nice gain of 21 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A give running right is Chubb. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run it again with Chubb. Room here to run. And he will take this all the way down to the Packers' 16-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
He's checking.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means that real...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. Following the fumble recovery, Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Cleveland offense ready to go. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. Here's Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Watson to throw. He'll buy some time right. Pass complete to Chubb. And he's going to be marked down short of the 1st down, right around the 17. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. Finding it. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And the Packers pick it up.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee. The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory.
Well, Charles, I mean, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side lost this game because they turned the ball over 4 times, and that was just too much for them to overcome.
And that number might as well be in neon because you're exactly right. It just jumps up from the stat sheet. Your eyes go right to it. And with that many turnovers, they really played themselves out of this game. Too careless with the football too many times. That cost them the victory.
So for the Packers, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5.
And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Washington Commanders.
Meanwhile, for Cleveland, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire...
Yeah, let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to be a star. Yeah, pull up with a baddie in a fancy car. How to party like a rock star and play guitar like a superstar. Yeah, and I'm so tired of them playing with me. Yeah, pushing my buttons, this ain't no game to me. Yeah, ain't got time to be explaining me. Yeah, I'ma just take over the game, baby. Yeah, let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to raise the bar, how to go large, how to take it too far. Let me show you how to show up and show out and surf the crowd. Trust me, you ain't never seen nothing like this. You ain't never been to a show like this. I'ma give you something to remember forever. Yeah, and I'm so tired of them playing with me. Yeah, pushing my buttons, this ain't no game to me. Yeah, ain't got time to be explaining me. Yeah, I'ma just take over the game, baby. Yeah, let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright.
than I ever been. Losing's what I never do. How you supposed to walk with me? I'm 80 steps ahead of you. My mind is on Socrates, all my bars on Rubik's Cube. Every time I do it, I just have to do it beautiful. I can't let this moment pass. Yeah, I know my time is now. Know my mama proud of me, and my grandma smiling down. Every time I turn it up, whole crowd be wildin' out. Matter of fact, let me see your hands. Look, I saw my shot and I took it. I couldn't do it different. Couldn't afford to stop and go. I had to stay consistent. Made up my mind that no matter what, I gotta win. That's why it's always me and never them. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot.
Heart of a lion, my time, here I go. I am not moving in silence. If it ain't moving, moving. We making movies, moving, moving, moving. I get a chance and take it. We bout to build it. They leaving it vacant. I just go harder, harder. I am a ball that I gotta get it. I am so with it. I will go get it. That is the difference. I am not waiting. I am not faking. Everything out here, that's for the taking. My mind too right. My grind too tight. This head rhyme too nice. This my world, my life. One shot, who me? Take that, ooh wee. One shot, movie. That's all you need. One shot, who me? Take that, ooh wee. One shot, movie. That's all you need.
One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot. You only get one shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot.
Your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach, put me in the game. They put me in, so I'm going in. You play for fun, I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I could beat them again. They thought I was done, I went on a run and beat all the odds and got even again. Watch what you say, I'm not one of them. When I jump in my bag, I could jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy, I gotta let them see I'm out here winning, cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game, cause the way I'm feeling, I honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it, so it ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us, and that's why all of us been winning from the beginning. It's more than a game, don't play with my name, you come with